my no makeup look. It's just like every other day of my life when I do my no makeup look. Oh, chapter 12. Eggnog and coffee is all I ever wanted. Oh, I have a big swear
Farther behind.
in this one. Oh, yeah, I was mad.
Okay.
All right. We are on there. We're doing a nighttime again.
I know.
We haven't done a nighttime in a while.
Yeah.
I feel like we're back in our groove.
Ready to rumble.
Guess what you have on your face?
I bet there's a cat fur on my nose.
I got it.
Thanks. It wasn't tickling yet, but it would have later.
Oh.
Release your claws and teeth.
Meow boy.
Goodness.
She's gonna fall off the edge of the table.
Yeah, she's gonna take the laptop with it. Okay. Hey, go get the turtle. Baby kitten. Also, like a concern. Oh boy.
Meow boy. Put your nose. Yes. Look what she's doing.
Oh, meow boy.
Oh, no. You guys aren't allowed to our recording sessions anymore. Actually, baby, you can come.
Baby's a good. That's very close. Maybe just a step out. All right.
Ah, I had it. Okay. I don't want a lot for Christmas. There is just one thing I need. I think we're back.
Okay.
Page.
278.
Oh. All right.
That felt like a scripture thing.
Yep. Can you remind me of the passage to turn to? Second New Moon, chapter 12,
12th
verse
intruder. What?
verse 25. And it came to pass that Jacob Black
Wasn't
indeed...
an asshole anymore.
No, he's not. Oh, it makes me so happy.
Okay, hold on.
So hi.
First, yeah, this part.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
I'm Emily.
I'm Marin.
And this is
Remember Twilight.
This week we're talking about chapter 12, verse 1. Intruder. But last week,
oh my gosh,
we talked about something else.
Last week we talked about the cult of vampire haters.
True. Yeah, so he was being real rude. Bella felt very sad, and she let herself feel very sad.
I'm proud of her.
That's a good step.
She's doing a lot of hard work to get through the pain and trauma that she went through. And she's doing it all by herself.
Yeah.
Like, no help. She doesn't know. She doesn't have anybody walking her through it. She's doing the hard work, and she's really getting better. And so then I'm like, all of the stuff that I talked about like, why do we have to go through this hard stuff? But I don't think she would have gotten to be to the strong person she's becoming without having gone through this hard stuff. So
it could have been less hard.
that's true. It didn't have to be so, like, killing.
Yeah. Could have just been sad.
Yeah.
But
So Jacob was in a cult, and it sucked. And all 5 of those weird big people were in that tiny little house, and I was very uncomfortable.
mm-hmm. One was sitting cross-legged in the sink.
The sink like a cat.
One of them is on the fridge, I think.
Well, just didn't have to jump very far. Just
No.
put their hands behind them and did a little, like, scoot up
Yeah.
to the top of the fridge.
Their hips are practically fridge height.
Oh no, these guys are so big. They're Hagrid height.
They are. So Bella went to sleep. But now Bella woke up. So tired, but she wakes up and she's not sure if she actually woke up. That is until something scratched against her window.
It's not Spike, though.
It's not Spike as we suspected. Bella gets out of bed, goes over to the window.
Wait.
Yes.
Do we go toward the scary thing? Is that what we do?
Yes.
Emily is shaking her head a no and saying a yes. Was that hard?
Yes.
Okay, we go toward the scary noise
Uh-huh.
for some reason because we're Bella.
Well, because if it is Victoria, like she suspects, she wants to try to catch her outside of the house.
Catch
Like
me
if
outside.
I go to her,
How about that?
she won't come and get Charlie.
No. Okay, you're right. You're
Right?
right. She's gonna throw herself out of the window to
Yes.
save Charlie.
She knows that Victoria will catch her before she hits.
Bella, she would. She would throw herself out of that window to save the chief.
Yep.
She's so good.
Um,
She'd come for me. I was dead.
yeah.
Not Charlie too.
Almost screams,
Chokes back.
holds
his
it in,
scream.
and then a familiar husky voice called from the dark shape. Bella!
Jacob Black.
It hissed.
He's out there hanging on a tree. Oh,
Not-
so funny.
Simply not hanging on a tree. He is on a very little branch doing a very big lean of the whole tree is.
This is Bugs Bunny material. This is a heavy monster in a tree. Has completely bent the tree over.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine if there's a little family of squirrels in this tree?
There isn't anymore.
No,
They
because
are
the
out.
second the second he gets off of that tree, those squirrels are in Seattle.
Yep.
They're just flying for 4 hours through the air.
I didn't know that squirrel air travel equated to car travel.
It's 65 miles an hour or less.
Really good. Bella shakes off her scary feels and then goes to open the window.
She's so funny.
She doesn't note that it's not squeaky, though. Do you think the squeak came back a little bit?
Oh, yeah. It's been a while since anybody snuck through that window.
Yeah, Edward hasn't been oiling it up regularly.
That's what she said.
Thank you. She asks him, "What are you doing?" He is, I love the way it's described. Jacob was clinging precariously to the top of the spruce that grew in the middle of Charlie's little front yard. His,
Her bedroom is in the second floor.
his weight had bowed the tree toward the house, and he now swung, his legs dangling 20 feet above the ground,
What?
not a yard away from me.
A yard? Okay, now I live in America, so we don't do yards, I think. I have no idea. Is it 3 feet? Oh my gosh.
An arm's length away. And all of the branches are just like on the window.
Feet hanging.
Yes.
Tree scraping.
Yes.
Middle of the yard.
Jacob.
The imagery is so funny.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
He's just simply trying to keep his promise as he, the treetop is bouncing him around.
And then Bella makes a classic Bella joke.
Mm-hmm.
What does she say?
She says, "When did you ever promise to kill yourself falling out of Charlie's tree?"
Da-doom. Bella.
He snorted, unamused, and starts a leg swing.
Get out of the way!
Coming in.
Imagine this. The dichotomy between Edward literally just from the ground, a silent leap in.
Mm-hmm.
All the while, he's a silent leap, a silent open, a silent swoop, a silent close.
Yeah.
And then Jacob is the loudest scrape,
Mm-hmm.
the biggest get out of the way,
Uh-huh.
the clumsiest jump,
Uh-huh.
but then like a soft thud.
A pretty good landing, I'd say.
Good job, Jakey.
With a grunt, he launched himself toward my open window.
Amazing.
He drops in. They both look at the door, waiting for Charlie to come through. He doesn't. Charlie's snoring. And Jacob is very happy of his dismount.
The biggest grin.
Mm-hmm.
This is Jacob being like, I got this. I'm
Did you
cool.
check that out.
There's not only one, like, big scary monster in Forks.
Ayo. But this new happy Jacob doesn't quite look like old happy Jacob.
No.
He's different now. And it's just too much for Bella, and she starts to cry.
I know.
She feels very sad because
Aw.
here's Jacob smiling in her bedroom after weeks of ignoring her and then telling her that they can't be friends, and now you just leap into my bedroom window and laugh and think that everything's okay. It's not.
No.
Sir.
She's such a cry. Oh.
She just tells him, get out.
I love that.
It's 3 a.m. Get out.
I'm so tired.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, no, I came to apologize. I don't accept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get it.
Yeah. She tries to shove him back out the window.
She's pushing, and he's like, just a swat.
Yeah. Good try. He's still not wearing a shirt.
Mm.
Abs out, some might say. Some might say,
I'm trying not to say anything.
I don't know.
Because I'm a grown woman and he's 16.
I'm physically 27, but I'm like emotionally 93.
Oh.
So.
Grandma Emily.
Yes, it would just never have worked. Anyway, what were we talking about?
I have no
idea. Not hypersexualizing.
I'm not gonna
minors.
talk about how beautiful Jacob Black is now.
Okay, here's my second thought. I read these books when I was 15 years old, and it was okay to have a crush on Jacob Black then. I've aged.
I think
he hasn't. Can I still think he's cute? I'm just...
I read these
very
books when I was
confused.
pretty much your age.
Yeah, almost.
And I'm 40 now and I still think he's cute. So I don't know.
It's,
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's rough.
Oh,
this
boy.
is why when like all those moms were like twihards and they were wearing the t-shirts and screaming at the movies and everybody was like,
yikes.
that's weird.
Stop.
Yeah, okay, fine. I'm that lady now. I don't care.
Oh boy.
I love myself.
Perfect. Okay, we'll move on now.
Cool.
Jacob, so not wearing a shirt, also very, temperature-wise,
Hot.
high. He's running a fever.
His skin is burning hot.
But he doesn't look sick.
He looks
He does look
big.
huge. He leaned over me so big that he blacked out the window. That's very large.
It's really
Jacob
big.
Black, how did this happen? Bella nearly passes out.
Suddenly, it was more than I could handle. It felt as if all of my sleepless nights were crashing down on me en masse. I was so brutally tired that I thought I might collapse right there on the floor. I swayed unsteadily and struggled to keep my eyes open, and I go, this is just passing out, Bella.
Mm-hmm.
This
You
isn't
don't
being
need to
too
explain
tired.
everything.
This is your body literally shutting down because it cannot process what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
That happens.
Mm-hmm.
It happens all the time to people where they're just like in shock.
Mm-hmm.
This is called shock.
Yeah. Truly. Jacob takes
He's
the wheel.
really worried. He's like, oh no, he takes the wheel.
Steers her to bed.
Yes.
She plops. Hey, are you okay? He asked.
No.
I looked up at him. The tears not yet dried on my cheeks.
Oh no.
Why in the world would I be okay, Jacob?
Yeah.
Yep.
Why?
Why?
There's no way she could possibly be okay.
Right, he agreed. Crap. Well, I'm so sorry, Bella. Why did you come here? I don't want apologies. I know.
I know. I couldn't leave things the way I did.
That was horrible.
I was
I'm
a big
sorry.
a-hole.
And Bella's like, I don't understand anything about what's happening. And he's like, I know, I want to tell you, but I can't.
Oh.
And we play this game for a long time.
It's
He
so long.
tries
It lasts
to say
for
something,
such a long time.
and then he can't.
Oh, I hate it.
He's a mutter. He's a stutter.
He's a choke.
He's a... It won't come out. It won't
He's
come
a
out.
sigh. He's a hit in the head. He doesn't do that, but I
No.
wanted him to.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, okay, what's wrong? A big exhale. I can't do it. Do what? Look, Bella. You ever had this wolfy thing where someone tells you not to talk about something and then you physically can't say it?
Oop.
Oh,
Mm.
but he can't say that. So he uses
No.
sneaky go around the actual
It's a good way to
point.
do it, though, because then she finally understands. It's like, oh, he's got a secret, and I had a secret, and she finally understands that it's not just him being a big jerk.
Uh-huh.
It's that he has a secret.
His cult leader is keeping things
Yes.
on the DL.
Gross.
I didn't see how it applied to him or Sam or Billy. What was it to them now that the Cullens were gone? True. Excellent point, Bella.
Yeah, really, really good point.
We looked at each other for a long moment, both of our faces hopeless. And then, Jakey B, figuring a way around
Yes.
the order.
Finally.
This part kills me, is that you already know. I already told you everything.
Yeah.
Bella is too sleep deprived
It's
to
too much.
understand what he's trying to say to her.
All of this is just too much. Like, I wrote an F word in my book because I was like, this is just too effing much. Like, she cannot handle this physically anymore. Her brain is so overloaded. Imagine the, like, rush of, like, hormones going through her body right now, just like fear and anxiety and everything, that she's literally in shock. And I didn't think about that before, but yeah, that's what this is.
Yeah. What are you talking about? She asked, and his face shifted from hopelessness to blazing intensity. He just grabs her face in his hands and stares at her. He tries to, like, telepathize.
He's trying to do the Vulcan mind meld.
It won't go in, though. I think I see a way to make this work out, because you know this, Bella. I can't tell you, but if you guessed it, that would let me right off the hook. And Bella just goes, you want me to guess? Guess what?
Okay. Can we take a little pause
Yeah.
to talk for a second about how, once again, the emotional labor, the mental load has been put right onto Bella.
Mm-hmm.
I hate it. It bothers me. It bothered me so much in Twilight, where it was just like, well, you have to take care of everything. And now in New Moon, it's like, well, I'm sorry, but you have to figure this all out by yourself. It's so exhausting to have to be the one,
Mm-hmm.
to have to figure everything out all the time.
Yeah.
It's absolutely exhausting, and it happens to everyone, but I just feel like it happens to women so unequally.
Yeah.
And it's so frustrating.
Yeah. Luckily, our girl Bella has Powers, who
Yes.
takes care of it for her in a hot sec. But Jacob really wants her to guess the secret. He gives her hints, talking about, remember the first day we met, remember the stories that I told you? And Bella's like, yeah, you told me about vampires. And he's like, oh, yeah, I see why that might be the story that you
Yeah,
remember.
That's the one she's thinking of.
But I also told you other things, and so if you can remember those other things, and if you figure it out, then call me. And he's like, yeah, okay. I guess that works.
Oh, man.
So, before he leaves, he asks her a question, even though he should have left 20 minutes ago and come back the next morning.
Stop
But
it.
I have a question for
Leave
you.
her alone for a minute.
I have a question about the vampire story that I told you. And Bella just stares at him.
Not a word.
No. What story do you mean? And he says, did you honestly not know? Was I the one who told you what he was? And Bella's suddenly like, I have to be asleep. This is the weirdest thing that has ever happened to me. And I dated Edward Cullen for 8 months.
Oh gosh, that almost made a hole just rip in my chest when you just said that.
Sorry. But
Oh.
she goes, how did he know this? And why did he decide to believe? Why now? I stared back at him, no intention of
completely
speaking.
silent. I love it. I love that she's just being totally silent. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do this work for you.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, see what I mean about loyalty? It's the same for me, only worse. You can't imagine how tight I'm bound.
Ugh.
And then Bella Vick gets very angry that poor Jacob Black is in whatever situation he's in.
She's really mad at Sam.
Yep. And then she asks if there's any way that he can leave the cult. And then he says no, and he starts to tremble. I'm in this for life, a life sentence, longer maybe. Bella suggests just a little runaway
I know, it's really
situation.
sweet. She's willing to leave Forks to save him.
Mhm.
I love her.
And he goes, it's not something I can run away from, Bella. I would run with you, though, if I could. Shoulders shaking now.
Oh no.
For those of you
Oh,
who
no.
know,
Ah,
this
I'm
is very dangerous.
So nervous.
He has to leave now. Why? Well, you're gonna pass out. You need to sleep, and you need to figure out my secret.
Yes.
Also, I'm not supposed to be here, and I guess I should go let them know.
Everything he's saying is just, I'm in a cult, I'm in a cult, I'm in a cult,
Yep.
I'm in a cult.
Uh-huh.
No, you don't like it.
Ah.
And she gets so mad.
Yeah.
I hates them, precious.
Jacob looked at me with wide eyes, surprised. He tries to tell her again, it's not Sam's fault, it's no one's fault, it's me. Sam's actually really cool.
Oh, he's so cool. Oh my gosh, he's got a car. And he lives with his girlfriend. He's so cool. You gotta meet him. You'd love him. He's super cool. He can surf.
Oh, one of those. Sam was incredibly cool. I glared at him. She asks why he's not supposed to see her, and it's because it's not safe. And Bella
Well, then he's not very cool, is he?
thinks that he knows that vampires are after her, and that's why it's not safe. Jacob shouldn't be here in my room. If someone came for me, I had to be alone. No, Bella.
Bella!
It's not all about you.
They don't care if you're a loner with 300 people.
No.
I
Oh, Bella.
want
Bella.
to adopt Bella.
She could use a
She's
little
so
adoption, I think.
She would make us so much food.
That's true. Bella's great to have around.
I know.
Truly. He says, I made you a promise. I had no idea it would be so hard to keep, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to try.
Aw.
Bella is confused, and he goes, after that stupid movie, I promised you that I wouldn't ever hurt you, so I really blew it this afternoon, didn't I? And Bella's immediately like, oh, I know you didn't want to do it, it's okay. No, you were so upset. Make him
Oh,
suffer.
she's
Don't let him off the hook.
You're so funny. This is an immediate forgiveness, is what I was talking about last week. How this is a moment of her being like, I forgive you. Emily wants him to suffer. She suffered a lot.
You can forgive someone while also holding them accountable for things that they do.
Totally. So she's just letting him off the hook. And
Yeah,
it makes
she's putting the burden back on her.
Yeah, of course
like,
she
oh,
is.
I know that reaction wasn't what you wanted. Like, it's okay.
Of course
But
she
actually,
is.
that made me really sad.
Yeah.
And I was really upset about it.
I mean,
So
almost
apologize
back
so
to,
I can
like,
forgive you.
how sad she was before.
Yes.
So sad.
Let's see. He tells her again, you gotta figure it out. I'll see you soon. Come and tell me as soon as you figure it out. If you want to.
I like that. If you want to. Because you might not ever want to talk to me again when you figure it out.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that he's like, I'm going to put it in your court. Is that the saying?
Yeah, the
I'm
ball's
going
in
to
your
put the
court.
ball in your court. Okay.
Yeah. Because then you
I
can
don't
do
know
like a
sports
dribble.
metaphors.
You could do a free throw.
Can you, though, do a double dribble?
A double dribble,
Can
yeah.
you do a travel?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could also.
That's how I play basketball.
A layup.
I pick up the ball and I run as fast as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Just plow into everybody.
Seems.
I'm really small.
correct.
I want to make it fair for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. What does Jacob say?
I don't know.
Oh, at least call me if you don't want to see me again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you could have called her.
I mean...
Just saying. He's about to just jump right back out the window when Bella says, just use the door, Charlie is asleep.
Do you think about how Jacob, I wonder if he left and he was like, well, she was like super comfortable with me sneaking through her window. And then maybe he was like, oh. And like got really, really sad.
She woke up very fast and just threw that window open.
Oh.
Interesting.
Poor Jakey.
Before he leaves, he first holds out a hand, but then immediately does a yank off the bed, butts her against his chest.
Gross. I mean, like, my gosh. He doesn't know his own strength.
That's true.
He's gonna break a door handle.
Uh-huh. Crushes her with a hug.
Almost breaks her ribs. That's how you know it's real love.
No.
She's like, can't breathe.
Drops her, pushes her onto the bed.
Yeah.
A very gentle plop. Tells her to sleep. I know you can do this. I need you to understand I won't lose you, not for this.
Oh.
And walks away. Goes out down the front door.
Real quietly.
Mm-hmm. And then Bella immediately falls asleep.
Yeah, she's like, ugh. It's the pass out. I've passed out before. It feels kind of good.
But once you're there,
Gotta be honest. It's fine.
Bella, here's her power dream.
Yep, has a dream.
She's in the forest.
New dream.
New dream.
But not
Different
a new dream.
forest.
Yeah.
Well, same forest as a very long time ago.
Yeah,
dream.
it's the first dream we hear about, I think.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not, but it's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the first dreams.
It smells like the ocean. We're in the forest by La Push.
Yeah, and then
If
she found the beach, she would be able to see the sun.
Yep.
Jakey B.
Jakey B.
The sun.
She hears the waves. Jacob shows up. He grabs her hand and pulls her back into the forest.
What? Why?
She asks him what's wrong. His hair was beautiful again, in a ponytail.
This makes me sad. I wish Jakey never had to cut his hair.
True, just the braid wolf.
Oh, braid. French braid wolf.
That's really good. Do you think it goes all the way to the tip of the tail?
100%. With a leather bow.
Oh, with a little bead.
Please.
Cute. Run, Bella, you have to run. This is when she realizes she's had this dream before.
Mm.
She knows that Edward's coming. She sees a glow walking through the trees.
Yeah, it's the first time she dreams about Edward when he's got pointy teeth and he's scary.
Yep, eyes black and dangerous. But before Edward shows up, something else happens, and Jacob falls to the ground and turns into an enormous red-brown wolf with dark, intelligent eyes.
Same guy from the meadow.
Yep. This was not the same wolf that I dreamed before. This was a great russet wolf that I stood half a foot from in the meadow just a week ago. The wolf stared at me, trying to convey something. Trying to speak to me. And Bella wakes up screaming.
Just that, scream wake up. Man, Bella's got a sleep disorder.
Yes. It's called She's Not Supposed to Sleep.
Oh, Emily! Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sleeping and eating are not two things for this girl.
Not our Bella.
She expects Charlie to come in because this is crazy screaming, not the usual kind of screaming.
Hysterics.
But Charlie didn't come in. So she calms herself down. Suddenly, this memory of Jacob on the beach comes floating back to her, and she can recite it word for word.
I wrote, is this a weirdly dramatic reaction, or...
That your best friend is a werewolf?
She's just screaming her head off.
Yeah. But she also just had a dream about Edward.
Okay.
She's gone through a lot this
I know.
24 hours.
Poor baby Bella.
Jacob told her old stories about
This
the
is cool.
Quileutes.
She says right here that she remembers every word of their conversation, and that is a vampy power.
Evil hand.
Yeah, yep. She's got that vampy power where she can remember it word for word. It's amazing.
Yeah. There are lots of legends.
Also a Bella brag, to be honest.
Yeah. I could recite every word. There's a legend that claims that we descended from wolves, and that wolves are our brothers still. The cold ones are the natural enemies of the wolf. Well, not the wolf really, but the wolves that turn into men, like our ancestors.
Right. Those guys.
Ancestors.
Those guys.
You would call them werewolves. Werewolves have enemies?
Only one.
Werewolf.
Werewolf! Has to cover her mouth. Did I wake up Charlie?
The whole world lurched, tilting the wrong way on its axis.
This is passing out again.
What kind of a place was this?
Oh.
Could a world really exist where ancient legends were wandering around the borders of tiny, insignificant towns, facing down mythical monsters?
I wish! Did this mean every impossible fairy tale was grounded somewhere in absolute truth? Was there anything sane or normal at all, or was everything just magic and ghost stories? Ugh, I wish.
Cute.
I wish.
A little part of Bella is like, girl, why are you freaking out? You already accepted vampires.
Yes,
like, this is
point.
logically
Well, yes,
like
and
the next step.
it didn't turn out well, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she did accept it, but oh man,
Yeah.
what a disaster.
Wasn't one myth enough for anyone, enough for a lifetime?
Yes.
And then she's like,
Jake is supposed to be a normal human.
yeah, Edward was obviously something else. And it made sense that he was, in fact,
Right.
something else.
I mean, from the moment you see Edward, you're like, oh, that's not a human. But
Yeah,
Jakey
who's that
was a
statue?
human. Jakey was her best friend, her boy, her buddy forever. And then suddenly, no.
Jacob, the only human I'd ever been able to relate to. And he wasn't even human.
Mm-mm.
What did this say about me?
Yeah, you're a freak.
You're cool.
No, but really, she's the special.
She is very special.
She's the special.
the chosen one.
I am the chosen one.
Whack.
Thank you.
There was no cult. There had never been a cult.
Mm-mm.
Never been a gang. It was much worse than that. It was a pack.
It was a pack.
I don't know if I would say worse, but you know. A pack of 5 mind-blowingly gigantic, multi-hued werewolves that had stalked right past me in Edward's meadow.
As if you could out-pet them!
Oh.
I would love to.
As if you could scratch them off. Wait.
Emily! Perfect.
Regret.
Beautiful, no. Never.
Bella has a job to do. I have to go to La Push now.
Getting to work. Is the sun even up yet?
What? Not work.
No, work.
Work
like,
on,
this is her work. This is her life's work.
That's true.
This isn't just going to the Newton's Outfitters.
Yeah,
This is her
quit that
life's
forever
work
ago.
of befriending the monsters.
Yeah. She almost runs into Charlie as she runs down the hallway.
Quite literally leaps down the stairs.
And Charlie's like,
Wait,
Bella,
she found...
what are you doing?
Hold on a sec. I have to mention this because it's me.
Yes.
She pulls on the first
Oh.
plain clothes she could find, not bothering to be sure they matched.
When did Bella ever
What?
wear an outfit that matched?
Why? Why is she suddenly like, I don't care if they match, I'm gonna wear whatever I want to. Like, no, you never cared if you matched.
Nope. Charlie's like, do do you know what time it is, Bella? I don't care. Yep, I gotta go see Jacob. And
Don't you
Charlie's
want-
like,
Don't you want breakfast?
I thought you were, like, mad about the Sam thing. She's like, doesn't matter, I gotta go. It's pretty early. I'm not hungry.
I will never understand Bella. I
I'd be
don't
like-
understand her, and I never will.
Well, are you making a grilled cheese?
I know. I'd be like,
I got 5
actually,
minutes.
is that diner open? Because I'm really in the mood for an omelet, but I want to make one.
Mm-hmm. No. Straight to Jacob's house.
Mhm.
No stops on the way?
The
No stops.
bear wolf.
The bear wolf.
The bear wolf.
Yeah. We have a witness now, he tells her.
Don't
Don't go into the forest, Bella, because the victim was only a dozen yards away from the road when he disappeared.
Oh, this is so scary. This is so scary because I'm putting myself in Bella's shoes of being like, I just figured out what my friend is. And then you go downstairs and your dad is like, your friend is killing people. Because that hadn't even crossed her mind.
No.
And then suddenly she's like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And she like screeches to a halt.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, Charlie says his wife saw a huge gray wolf just a few minutes later while she was searching for him and ran for help. And Bella's like, oh, you mean the wolf attacked him?
Oh,
And
so
Charlie
scary.
says, yeah, there's just blood again. The rangers are going out armed, and there's a reward being offered for wolf carcasses. That means a lot of firepower in the forest, and when people get too excited, accidents happen. Can you do a quick, they're going to shoot
Yeah.
the wolves 3 octaves high?
Well, yeah. They're going to shoot the wolves?
Thank you.
I am for hire for any voiceover work that anybody needs.
Perfect. Charlie goes, what else can we do? What's wrong? You aren't turning into a tree hugger army on me, are you?
Listen, Charlie, we all have a part to play. Okay?
Yes.
Some of us recycle, and some of us don't want the wolves to die.
You know, it's fine.
That's fine.
I'd forgotten about the missing hikers. The
Ugh.
bloody paw prints.
What a nightmare.
Look, honey, don't let this scare you. Just stay in town or on the highway. No stops, okay? Okay. Charlie goes, I gotta go, and she looks at him, and he
Okay.
has his gun.
Yeah, because then
and his
she's
hiking
like,
boots.
oh my gosh, no, he's going to go shoot Jacob.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah. He goes, I gotta help, Bells. People are disappearing. Her voice shot up again, almost hysterical now.
No! No, don't go! It's too dangerous!
I've gotta do my job, kid. Don't be such a pessimist. I'll be fine. Bella now might vomit.
Oh, yeah. Definitely gonna vomit.
This is news. She's gonna hang tight for just a sec.
Yeah, maybe it is too early to go till a push.
So Charlie leaves. Bella flops to the floor, deep breaths, trying to figure out what to do next. Because does she stop Charlie from leaving? Does she warn Jacob? This is very confusing. This is very confusing.
Way too confusing.
If I go try to tell Jacob, I might get shot. If Charlie's going out there, he might get shot.
Oh my gosh. You might get eaten by the bear wolf.
There's so many possibilities right now.
Ugh.
Bella has more than just 2 different things to possibly choose from, and she can't.
No, I know what she needs to do. Which plan is the worst?
Mm-hmm.
Choose that one.
Oh.
That's what Bella does.
Yeah, well, let's see what does she do.
All right.
I needed to believe that Jacob at least would care about the fact that people are disappearing. Either way, I had to warn him. Or did I? Jacob was my best friend, but was he a monster too? A real one? A bad one? Should I warn him? If he and his friends were murderers? Well, if they're out there slaughtering innocent hikers, then it's hard to know. And this is cool. She goes, it was inevitable that I would have to compare Jacob and his friends to the Cullens.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about werewolves.
You know, she needs to go get on the computer.
She needs to do a quick Google search. So I don't know why they hunt or why they kill, if they're thirsty or they just like it. But it couldn't be worse than what the Cullens endured in their quest to be good. I thought of Esme, the tears started when I pictured her kind, lovely face, and how, as motherly and loving as she was, she'd had to hold her nose all ashamed and run from me when I was bleeding. It couldn't be harder than that. I thought of Carlisle, the centuries upon centuries that he had struggled to teach himself to ignore blood so that he could save lives as a doctor. Nothing could be harder than that. The werewolves
had chosen a different path. Now what should I choose? Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, boy.
You know what they need? They need
a magic 8-ball.
Yes, also, they need a library cage.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Go look in the stacks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stick him in the cage in the library.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Imagine she's so confused.
I would be.
What do you do?
I would be so mad at Jacob.
Oh my gosh. So mad. Yeah. I'd be like, okay, so I had to be like, what if this was Mark or what if this was Emily and they came to me and said that they were a monster? I'd be like, cool, fine, awesome, whatever.
We'll
and
figure
then
it out.
My dad was like, oh, the monster's killing people. I'd be like,
how dare you?
Emily?
How very dare you?
I would be so mad at you.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I cannot believe this.
Mm-hmm. And you didn't invite me along.
Exactly. I want to be a monster too. That's all I ever wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's all Bella ever wanted.
True.
All right. Thank you guys so much for remembering New Moon with us today.
We love you guys
Oh
so
my
much.
gosh, you
We're
have
so
no idea.
happy to have you here with us
You have
on the
no idea.
podcast.
Thank you. Thank you. And remember, don't fling squirrels across the state of Washington just to get into your friend's bedroom.
Amen.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
That's still going.
Hi.
Remember the intro of it?
I cannot wait to edit that in. The cat sniffing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.